Because I've heard that we have successfully convinced Reggie and Steve to come on the show.
Crumbs, get me another beer. It's so one-sided.
Yeah, and we had.
Yeah, we got some TL fans.
TSM.
Let's go, Liquid!
This crowd is.
Free SM! Free SM! Free SM! Free SM!
Okay. Can we continue the show now, please? That would. So, TSM and TL shouts in the house. First off, welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us, Travis.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you.
Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. How's the trip been for you guys so far?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I've had a good time. We had the owners meeting today, so hung out with Riot and the other owners.
Can you share any secrets from the owners meeting?
How was
we
the
signed
owners?
an NDA.
Okay.
So, no.
Was there any yelling? Any yelling?
Actually, it was very.
Lots
it
of
was
yelling by
civil.
Steve because he's getting ready to lose.
That's what the owners meeting was? Yikes.
No, it was actually pretty civil.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Productive.
good. So first off, it's pretty hype. I mean, so I want to acknowledge, first off, I've heard TSM chants for years and years and years, but congratulations to Steve. Worth noting that there's a lot more TL chants than there were a couple years ago.
A hell of a lot more. I love you guys. I love you.
I'm actually really happy for Steve. This is like the first year that I've ever heard a TL chant.
This is the first year?
Well, you weren't in any of the finals last year, so you wouldn't have heard them.
Damn. Wow. Paid by Steve.
What jersey am I wearing? What is this?
Oh my God.
Was paid by Steve.
Says the former
Formally
coach of
paid by Steve.
former coach of Team Liquid, stepping in there. But
I remember beating Mark a lot when he was coaching for TL.
Yeah, that was a rough time. Let's not talk about that.
So first off, welcome to the show. Thanks so much. Glad you guys are here. And what's this been like for you, Steve? Because last year was definitely your year, but I feel like you had a long-standing desire to throw TSM down, and this is the first time you'll have a chance to do that. You're meeting them in the finals. Is this any more exciting for you than the finals last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that, TSM has had a lot of championships. Let's not argue that. Those are facts, right? Like, how many trophies do you have in your house?
If you could do math, three times more than you.
Okay, so whatever.
Six. Six.
Hey. So this is a fact, right? This is a fact. He has a lot of trophies. But the thing is that I feel like Andy's just like living in the past, right? Like he just doesn't get it, and he doesn't realize that last year against Clutch, he lost, right? Like he sucked in playoffs.
You got a Clutch fan.
Okay, there's one Clutch fan.
You got a Clutch fan in the audience. Yeah.
So the thing is that he sucked last year. He got pretty lucky against Cloud9. Let's be real, like barely won. I don't know. I'm sorry, but that wasn't very convincing for me. And then he's talking all this shit, and it's like, dude, I'm just gonna shut you down.
Those tweets were
tomorrow.
great.
Shut
by
up.
the way.
I mean, if you look at it from Team Liquid's perspective, right, you would imagine that they would be able to understand and sympathize because they lose to teams like Clutch every single year, and it's only been recently that they've actually won.
What matters is recently, all right? Stop living in the past.
But the great thing about this, by the way, is that when they were debating whether or not they would come on the show, they were talking should we play nice? And they're like, yeah, maybe we should play nice. And then they immediately get up here and just start smacking each other.
It's natural.
I mean, I think outside the game, we're pretty good friends, but when it comes to competition, Steve and I have had a really long rivalry, right, for 10 years now or so. And it's always actually been a case of me just dumpstering on TL until recently. And so it's been a lot more competitive lately, but for most of our relationship, it's been really one-sided.
Here's the thing: is Andy's talking all this shit, right? He's coming at me with all this confidence. And the thing is that I know you're not really that confident. You know how scrims went. You know that you're gonna lose tomorrow.
Steve.
Your percentage chance is very, very small, and you're talking all this shit.
Okay.
When you can't back it up. That's the deal.
Hey. Credit to Steve.
Fake.
Credit to Steve. He's actually performed really well at the beginning of the season, but their team looked really boosted actually going into playoffs. they were losing to FlyQuest. They lost to
We
a
went
bunch
3-0
of
against FlyQuest.
Yeah, but FlyQuest wasn't even good in the semis. If you look at the teams you lost to freaking FlyQuest, you lost to Echo Fox, and then you got stomped by us.
Andy, okay, here's the thing. If you have all this confidence, why don't you just put your money where your mouth is, all right? Like, seriously, this is bullshit.
What do you want to bet?
No, seriously, I'm 100% serious, my personal money, okay? Like, $100,000 on tomorrow's match. No fucking joke.
Done.
Seriously,
done,
fucking joke. Like,
done. We're going to stop you tomorrow.
Oh my God. So
easy money.
there we go.
We'll see.
$100,000 on
Oh my
tomorrow's
God.
match. I'm really happy we decided to do Hotline League and we got them to come on.
Yeah, this is get that one on Reddit.
Yeah. Do you guys have predictions?
I don't know where you go from there.
Yeah, I don't know where we go from there.
That's the
Okay,
climax of the
so-
show. Thanks for coming out.
So obviously,
That's
Andy,
a lot of
Andy
money for
picks
Steve.
TSM.
He didn't think about it.
Obviously, Andy picks TSM to win. Steve picks TL. How many games?
I mean, not trash talking. I think it's going to be a really close series. I think we'll win 3-2, 3-1.
Obviously, other way around. 3-2, 3-1.
So obviously, I think everyone agrees pretty close series. That's been talked a lot about. The other thing that's been talked a lot about this week is greatest of all time in North America. And up. So up until recently, it was Bjergsen hands down, but Doublelift has kind of inserted himself into the conversation. What is Reggie's pitch for Bjergsen being the greatest of all time, and Steve's pitch for Doublelift being the greatest of all time? I'd love to hear the owner's perspective on their own players.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's probably not something that the players really think about too much. They think about, like, a lot of it's like international success, right? That's definitely a narrative that we're talking about here. I personally think that Bjergsen's actually more impactful than Doublelift, but at the same time too, we don't really know how long their career is going to go on for, right?
Yeah.
Doublelift started his career probably like 3 or 4 years before Bjergsen has, right? And he didn't start playing until season 4, whereas Doublelift played starting season 1. So it's really hard to compare. We're going to have to see. I think it's going to take more time. And on top of that, too, you're comparing 2 different roles, which is really awkward.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, from my perspective, I feel like Doublelift has earned his respect for being the best player in North America by winning championships on multiple different organizations, right, over time. And he has overcome so much when people thought that he might not do well. And last year he was able to win a championship. This guy's got grit, he's got determination, he's proven track record, and I think he wants it more, just in scrims and just being around him. He's willing to sacrifice anything but around his life except for focusing on winning. It's just that's it. That's all he wants. So I think he's got it. He's earned his respect as the best.
Well, we'll find out what happens tomorrow. Quick plug, by the way, Steve. I think you're actually throwing a party here tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, I hate to promote it because we already sold out online, but yeah, we're going to have a party here in St. Louis just to kind of give back to the community and fans that are in the area. It's going to be super hype. We're going to have the players here. We're going to have all kinds of activations and free shit. So, yeah, to the lucky folks that got tickets online.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Well, thanks for doing this. I don't know, Mark, if you have any other questions. I mean, I feel like we're running after the 100,000 bet. It's just hard to come up with anything.
Surprising. No, I think we covered a lot of it. Who they think's going to win.
How many games choose the best?
Yeah, we already asked the games.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for coming up.
No,
I really
awesome.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you so much.
Big round of applause. Let's grab. We've got enough time. Let's grab one pro, and we'll take another caller.